So as we were preparing our presentation to welcome you today, I was thinking back about my first day as a student at Brookdale Community College, and I was trying to remember, did we have a presentation about technology? And that it occurred to me, since I graduated from Brookdale in 1994, no, we didn't, because we didn't have the same kind of technology that we have. What we're able to do at Brookdale is we're able to give you access to one another, to your faculty, to your administrators, to your course content, anytime, any place. And I'm a proud graduate of Brookdale. In fact, the thing I'm most proud of in my life is that I've graduated from here and now I teach here. My name is Nora Kerr-McCurry. I'm the director of the Teaching and Learning Center here at the college. We provide professional development opportunities to faculty. We run the online course program. I teach public speaking, an introduction to business, and I teach social media and work at Rutgers University.
Welcome everyone. My name is Karen Arnold. I'm the Associate Director of Financial Aid here at Brookdale, and I do recognize a lot of faces from our early bird and our jump starts that we've been doing. I just want to welcome you to our session.
So what we're all about today is having you connect to the college, to one another, to your faculty, and to us. We want you to have access and the opportunity no matter where you are, anytime, any place. And you already know, I think from this morning's session, that Brookdale has locations throughout the county: Long Branch, Neptune, Hazlitt, Freehold, and Wall. For example, if you're taking a speech class at Neptune, I will be your instructor. I look forward to meeting you. We also have online courses. So fully online courses give you the opportunity to take your courses at your convenience in a flexible way. Any of you taking online courses for your first? That's probably good. The face-to-face courses are good to get started out, but online is going to help you to fill in the gaps in your schedule. So what we're going to be concentrating on is communication. One of the things that I find when we look at the students coming in, everybody says, oh, they know everything about technology. We don't have to talk about technology. Well, we use technology perhaps in a different way than you're used to using it in high school, and we need you to know where to find things. As a college student, we're going to look to you to take the responsibility to know what's going on. We're going to communicate with you, but you're going to have to find and use that communication. If you ever have any technology issues, you're trying to get your email on your phone or you can't remember your password, I'm going to ask you to call my office, the Teaching and Learning Center, or stop by. We're located right next to the library. Our number is up here, 224-2089, or you can email us. Okay. So let's get started here. As Karen said at the beginning, we're not going to be, did they have you do the zombie thing? Yeah. It didn't work. I told the woman that. I saw it on Monday. I said, I don't know about that zombie thing. We're not going to make you do that. So we're asking you to listen. We have about 20 minutes. This is semi-serious information that we want to make sure that you walk out of here knowing, all right? So when people have issues with technology at Brookdale, the number one problem is generally the browser that they're using in order to try to access our online resources. We recommend that you use Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or if you're on an Apple computer, use Safari. Although Internet Explorer and what's the other one? Edge may appear to be working, particularly with the system we use, Canvas, where you may be turning in papers and things like that, it's not working. You think it is, but it's not. So I think this is very important to know.
And we have this problem in financial aid a lot. We get phone calls from parents and students, oh, I'm trying to submit this, it's not going through, I'm getting an error message. You guys probably know this stuff, but if your parents are closer to our age, they might not know this stuff. So please share that with them. Also the pop-up blockers, right? You get that little red thing in the corner, right click, tell your parents, show them how to do allow a pop-up blocker to release so that you can get the screen.
So technology is great, except when it doesn't work. So I am not going onto the website and showing you live. I've taken screenshots. If we have time, we'll go in and we'll do some things live. Everything that you need is going to be accessible over the Brookdale website, brookdalecc.edu, through the My Brookdale button, the red button in the upper right-hand corner.
And this should be familiar to everybody, right? You came for Early Bird, you came for Jumpstart, you did student planning. This is where we all started, at the Red My Brookdale.
So the first thing you need is to be able to get onto the system, you need your username and your password. That's through NetID. You click on the My Brookdale, you go to NetID, you look up your username and password. If you haven't done that, we encourage you to do so. Now, it's important to note that we take identity verification very seriously. Your grades are going to be online, your financial records are going to be online, you're going to be putting papers online. No one should know your username and password except for you. This is your personal information, you want to keep it close. In very rare instances would you share that information. So let's say Michael's father calls me and says, I want to know how Michael's doing in his speech class. I'm going to say, Michael who? I'm not even going to confirm that Michael is in my class. I'm not permitted to do it. We have privacy laws. You are adult learners who are responsible for talking to your instructor. But there may be cases with things like financial aid where we can work with you or your parents.
Yeah, so in the financial aid office, under the Family Education Right to Privacy Act, what we call FERPA, we're allowed to speak to parents that we know of dependent students that the parents claim them on tax returns. So we have a little bit more flexibility. But when parents want access to it, this is where Nora and I differ a little bit. We tell students, well, then share your sign-on and your password with your parents if that's what your parents want. A lot of parents call us and say, I'm paying the bill, I want to know the grades, I want to know what it costs, I want to know what the financial aid is. So that's really put back on you to share that with your parents if you choose to do so. Or, like Nora said, you be the responsible adult and you take care of it all yourself.
It's your information, you should take care of it. Okay, so one of the other things that you're going to be able to access through My Brookdale is called Web Advisor or self-service.
Right, so this is my area of expertise, right? You all did this. We did student planning on Early Bird, okay? Gives you a lot of access to information. Once you log in, you have the student I just shut it off, sorry.
That's all right. Technology is great except when it doesn't work.
When I haven't touched this all day. Okay. So we have, here's all your academic information, okay? So your grades, right? Your grade reports will come out. And this is very similar. I started referring to it because nobody really used the word here. This is your student portal, right? So how many had access to the parent portal for your high school, your parents' passwords and stuff, so you can go check your own grades, right? I have teenagers. They know when the grades come out, they can go check their own grades. There's nothing in there that they're going to hurt or break or anything. So your grades and stuff are there for you. You also have, now this is my area, is the financial aid information and your financials. My student account is where your bill is, your financial aid, if you're applying for financial aid, any documents. When it comes tax time, this 1098T is going to be really important to your parents. They're going to want to know how to get that. Some other information for admissions on top if you need to change your address. Text messaging alerts. We want all students to go out there and sign up for text messaging alerts, okay? Not only for snowstorms and stuff like that, so that you get an early notification, especially if you have a big commute to one of the campuses, but also, God forbid, we have a flooding issue, we have a pipe break, we've had accidents out on the local roads that have blocked off, knocked out power to us, so campuses have to close. Sometimes it may be Neptune closes, but everybody else is open. Sometimes Lincroft is closed, but everybody else is open. So you want to get on that text message alert. And then here's all other information. If your parents need any proof of enrollment or things like that for insurance purposes, you can request all of that from here as well. Okay?
So your faculty and administrative staff is going to be communicating with you through Brookdale email. In order to access that, you're going to go to the My Brookdale button and you're going to select Office 365. There you're going to have access to email, Word, PowerPoint, and cloud storage. So I'm walking around with a flash drive around my neck. I don't really need to be doing that. I can be storing my information through what's called OneDrive. Now, many students who come into Brookdale may be used to working with Google Docs, for example. So if you have a Google Doc and you need to turn a paper into your faculty member, they're going to expect you to export that to Word since you have access to all of this. So as long as you're enrolled at Brookdale, your Brookdale email is going to be accessed under Outlook. You probably have a good 10, 15 emails there already if you haven't looked. Sometimes the faculty, for example, will send an email out the week before class. something like make sure you bring your book to the first class or something like that. So do make sure you check your Brookdale email before the first day of class. OneDrive is the cloud storage. You've got lots of storage there. You save all of your papers in folders. And again, it doesn't mean you can't use Google Docs, but export it out there so that your faculty can read those files. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc.
Outlook is really important to the financial aid office for anybody who is applying for financial aid. We send you one letter when we get your FAFSA. All other communication is to your Brookdale email. And there's nothing personal in your email. It's going to always be directing you to go look at something out in WebAdvisor. So it's really important to us. We all have multiple emails. When students first started getting emails and they weren't checking it, and the college policy is that's how we communicate to you. We told students, forward that to your personal email. Well, then that gets all gunked up and you have too many emails out there. So you can set up on your smartphone, everybody who has a smartphone, you could do it on an iPhone or an Android. This is taken exactly from the Brookdale website, so you can just search on, student email and you'll get the directions from the IT page. And if you have any problems, you can call the help desk and they'd be happy to walk you through it.
And different studies show different things about how students want us to communicate with them. And many people say, we want you to text message us. But we don't necessarily have your correct phone number. I don't know that you necessarily want me texting you along with your friends. We're going to email you, but you can access your email through your mobile device.
We do have text messaging capabilities, not only just for the emergency situations, and we have started to use it a little bit more this summer, but we don't want to bombard you. We don't want you to ignore those messages either. So we're using them very sparingly and only in very urgent situations.
Okay, so we talked about, are you raising your hand or you're just stretching? Yes, sir. Okay, what?
That's on the Brookdale website.
This is on the Brookdale website, the instructions, and it's also in the bag that we gave you.
I didn't get the bag.
You didn't get a bag?
But
We'll get you a bag. What's your real question?
is there an app for that or not?
Yes, we're gonna show you the app also.
Yes, there is a Brookdale app that we're going to show you.
Good question.
Yes. Okay, that's a good question. So we talked about the way that you register for classes, the way you get your financial aid information, the way you get grades. You remember what that's called? What icon you go to? WebAdvisor self-service. We talked about how to get to your Outlook email, Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Do you remember what that's called? Office 365. Good. Now we're talking about Canvas, the learning management system. I don't know whether or not you used anything like this in your other academic endeavors, but what Canvas is a repository for information and a tool for communication. Many of your faculty will, for example, I'll share my PowerPoints with my students. I'll tell them, go out to Canvas and take a look, my PowerPoints are there. I give my tests online at home. Log into Canvas, the test is there, take it by the next time we meet. So in order to access Canvas, we're going out again to My Brookdale. We're clicking on that icon. It asks for your username and password. In this case, it's the first part of your email address, nkermccurry1. When I'm getting Outlook, it's nkermccurry1@my.brookdalecc.edu. For Canvas, it's the first part of your username, which is the number 2 question we get. Students call, I can't get in, I can't get in. Just use that first part. The password is the same for any of your online resources. Once you click in, you're in Canvas. This is what it looks like. This is what the dashboard looks like. You'll see the courses to which you have access. If you're taking an online course, it will absolutely be in Canvas. If you're taking a face-to-face course, around 75% of our faculty are using this. Not 100%, but your professor will let you know on the first night, we're going to be using Canvas. What they probably won't do is teach you how to use Canvas. You can figure it out, and knowing where to look will help you. So you see the courses that you'll have access to. If you don't, you're going to click on the word courses. Once you're in a course, it looks like this, and the information you want will be under course modules. Many faculty will use this, for example, for grades, so that you can keep up with what you're doing during the term. We're looking to make sure that you have access anytime, any place, and that you're interacting with the content, with each other, and with your professor. So most of our classes meet once a week for 3 hours. So you're going to come in Tuesday night, we'll have our public speaking class. You're not seeing me again until the next week. Canvas helps to keep us connected.
So here's our new Brookdale app. You can get this in the Apple Store and the Play Store. You have a lot of access to the things we've already showed you, My Student Account, Brookdale Bucks, Canvas is on there, search for classes, your catalog, events for things, big thing we talk about at orientation is getting involved on campus. What's going on? We have really good athletic teams, we have great clubs, we have events. Most of the events that Student Life does, they always have food, so if you're hungry, stop by and get something. Also at the bottom of this screen, you can reset your Net ID, which is actually happening on Monday. The Net ID, twice a year, we make students, everybody, even the employees, we have to reset our passwords. So Monday the 27th, you should, if you go on WebAdvisor, you're going to see there's going to be a big notice there. You're going to have to reset it. So don't set it today. It's got to be Monday or after Monday. Okay, so that's coming up. And then social media. So this is something new we have at Brookdale. They're really trying to push it for students so you have access to it. I have it on my phone, but since I'm not a student, I can't really see a lot of things. So I'd love to hear some feedback from you guys. Try to download it while you're sitting at lunch. It's free, and then start to use it. And then my contact information will be on one of our last screens, and you could let me know. I don't know if they're doing surveys to students. I don't know if they have a student focus group, but I would like to hear back what you think about this as well.
And most everything that you will be doing as far as technology is concerned, you can do on your phone. Some things you're going to need a computer for. If you don't have a computer you have an older computer, more than 5 years old, you can use our computers here on the Lincroft campus or at our other campuses, particularly things like Canvas, writing, a research paper. You don't want to do that on your phone. Well, maybe you do want to do it on your phone, but you shouldn't do it on your phone. You want to use a computer for those things.
And WebAdvisor is also mobile friendly too. So I've done that, where I've looked up stuff on my phone using that, and it is good.
So as we wrap up what we're talking to you about keeping connected with what's going on at the college, both in the classroom and with the administrative offices. You want to use WebAdvisor self-services for registration, financial aid, and your grades. You want to use Office 365 for your email, cloud storage, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. You want to use Canvas for your class-related activities. Let me wrap up by saying to you, one of the things that I would encourage you to do before you come to your first class is look up to make sure your room hasn't changed. So go into, WebAdvisor, or right onto the
app.
website, put in your schedule, and take a look to see what room you're in so that you know that you're at the right place. This is our contact information. If you'd like to write it down or take a picture of it, we hope you come see us. We hope you, if you have questions, now you know 2 more people at Brookdale who are here to assist you.
Yeah, please feel free to reach out to us, even if it's not about just the technology issues, that you do have 2 more contacts that you can come to if you need some help. Nora's on more the academic side with the faculty, and I'm on the student service side, so we're really a good combination to have that access to.
And I hope to see you someday at graduation, so
Yes.
you'll be a Brookdale graduate just like me. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Good luck
you.
to you, okay?